Namo Phat. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for a daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The second mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I'm determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of other species on earth. We're reading a book by Ajahn Sundara called Seeds of Dhamma for our Dharma lessons. This morning we have a section on not shying away from dukkha. Recognizing the suffering of existence is a huge shift, a quantum leap. Some people go through years of psychotherapy and still haven't seen the first noble truth. But the Buddha, a fully enlightened being, made suffering and liberation the center of his teaching. In a way, dukkha is the texture of life on a human level, and we have not awakened. The human realm is a realm of pain. Christ called life a vale of tears. That is the dukkha the Buddha talked about. But we tend to shy away from it because who wants to look at suffering all the time? The Buddha is saying, look at your life here and now. It is dukkha. What he means is that your life is wanting in wisdom, compassion, awakening, peace, and clarity. Whatever is still not seen clearly, whatever we haven't awakened to, is dukkha. It is not that your knees hurt, or your stomach is upset, or your mind is depressed, or any unpleasant sensation or circumstance. It has to do with the texture of experience for an unenlightened, unawakened mind. That is why we are swimming in dukkha until we awaken. When we start practicing, the practice itself can be dukkha. But this is dukkha that leads to the end of dukkha. It's dukkha that penetrates dukkha, suffering that leads to the end of suffering. The maturing of one's path in spiritual life is the realization that there is this texture of life which is dukkha, and we are ready to take it on board as it is, and to awaken and free ourselves from delusion. This level of maturity in the heart is profound, learning not to mind the suffering that takes us to the end of suffering. This maturity of heart is the joy of life. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.